G'day guys. So I've been at my mate's shed for the last about a week now, and he's been helping me do some work to the old Commodore here. So we've been going through all the suspension. Just did a 50mm lowered springs and stuff, so 50mm lowered from factory height. Got new springs, struts, strut top bearings, bump stops, boots in the front. In the back we got new springs, shocks, lower trailing arm bushes front and back, tubular upper control arms. Let's see what else. New sway bar link bushes and adjustable panhard rod. I think that's about it. So yeah, that's been quite the adventure for the week. Yeah, pretty big task, but with my mate's help we got it done. Yeah, so she's about 50mm lower now. Got a little bit of tuck going on with the back wheel, which is not too bad. It's not super low because I still need to be able to cart stuff around in the back. As you can see, it's my bloody sleeping quarters for the week. Me and the dog's hiding out over here under the buggy. Hey, what are you doing? So yeah, and then yesterday, my engine stand arrived in the mail. So we got straight to tearing down this spare engine that I had sitting around. So we separated the gearbox, got it up on the engine stand, pulled the inlet manifold off, and this is the fucking mess we were greeted with. Holy fuck. Do you see that, guys? Look at this shit. This is an absolute fucking mess. Jesus Christ, look at it. Oh my God. What a mess, guys. So yeah, the plan was just to give this thing a bit of a spruce up. The new front and back seals, all new gaskets and things like that, and replace the one that's in the VS already, because it pretty much needs the same thing doing to it. So I thought I might as well tear this one down that I've got sitting around, give it a bit of a spruce up, and then I can swap it into the swap it over for the one that's in the car, and away we go. And then I could potentially do a rebuild on this engine, but after opening this one up, yeah, that's a bit of a problem. So it looks like this thing here is just gonna get completely torn down and complete rebuild on it. So yeah, that's what it looks like, guys. So it's got about, this engine was, it was out of a running and driving car. It was out of another VS wagon, the one that I had before this. And yeah, I can't believe it was still running and driving the way that this fucking looks, eh? Holy shit. So yeah, I've basically, I just flipped her up before, blew all the crud that was out of the cylinders, give them a bit of a lube up, so I can double bag it and store it for a while until I can afford to do a complete rebuild on it. So just gonna get bagged up, pushed over into the corner for a bit more longer, pushed over into the corner for a bit longer. That's better. So yeah, well, here's the heads. Yeah, they're no better at all. There was so much fucking crap down here where the head bolts were. There was so much fucking crap around them, it's not funny. We had to like peel it out with a screwdriver or whatever, and this is some of the shit that came out from around the head bolts. So we scraped all this shit out, and you can see here, just here, little bits of fucking metal shavings, which is not fucking good at all. Here's some more of the crap that got scraped out from around the head bolts. And so what all those metal shavings look like, looks like the top of these fucking push rods have been getting shaved down, you know what I mean? You can see it there. It's definitely not fucking round anymore. The other end doesn't look anywhere near as bad. But yeah, a few of these just fucking destroyed basically. And look at the fucking mess that they're in. Jesus Christ. Rocker covers, absolutely fucking filthy. So yeah, the plan is to just sort of pack all this shit up, take it home with me so I can start cleaning it all down while I order some parts for this rebuild. Yeah, time to get to it, I suppose. Find some boxes for all this shit, pack the car up. A 4-hour drive back to Toowoomba. Yeah, this will be staying here. I'll just bag it up, push it over in the corner, start ordering parts for a rebuild. Alright, so it's been about a week now since I was at my mate's house doing all the suspension and stuff. We ended up noticing a bit of a fuel leak at the back here near the fuel tank when we had it up on the hoist. Just up in here where the fuel sender and return lines are. Just these fucking rubber hoses. Sure, one of them is gone and leaking fuel, so just went down to Super Cheap before. Got some new fuel hose. New fuel hose. Got some new clamps as well. So yeah, we'll see if that bloody fixes her up, because if I can get the bloody camera in here, can't see real well, but there's a bit of a gasket here that goes around the center unit. It's looking a bit perished. I think it's just a cork gasket. So I'll just do these lines anyway and see if it fixes her up. I think that's the I think that was the problem. So yeah, but while I got this wheel off, I was going to show you some of the suspension goodies we put on here. So we got adjustable panhard bar here. We got some new shocks, obviously. New shocks, new springs. So yeah, super low king springs. So down the bottom there we got some new trailing arm bushes for the back. We also got newies for the front. New sway bar link bushes Did I show you? See if I can get the camera now. We got some tubular upper control arms with new front and back bushings as well. New top seat here, bushing for the spring. We also got did a bunch of work on the axle. We got new axle bearings, new brake handbrake shoes, new brake pads. I think that might be about it for the back. Yeah, I just noticed that it's like my bloody bump stop here is bottoming out a little bit, so just have a look at that when I put it back down on the ground and get it sitting under its own weight. I might have to trim this bush down up here a bit. Yeah, so the axle got all it's got new gear oil. We obviously had to bleed the brakes, top that up with some new fluid as well. I think that's about it. I got myself some jack stands while I was down at Super Cheap. I think they were on special, about 46 bucks or something, which I thought wasn't too bad. So yeah, right, well I guess I better crack on and get these fuel lines put on, and then I'll talk to you guys about what I've done with these paint touch-ups. I've touched up all along the midsection of these doors, but I'll show you that later. I'll crack on with this and then I'll give you guys a look. I might have to just give it a squirt down with the hose first, and so we can see what's going on. Alright, we'll be back soon. Alright, we're all buttoned up, guys. We're ready to kick her in the guts. So, a couple of new hoses here. Got the electrical plug back in. Negatives connected again. Fuel pump relays put back in. So let's try and fire it up. Let's see if she's still leaking. Alright, here we go. Let's prime the fuel pump. Whee! There we go! She's good! Let me try and get in here, guys. Alright, well, we're looking good so far. No leaks. So, I think we fixed the bastard. Which is sick. Alright. So good, Go on this side. Maybe I should have went to the other side. But we do have a 2.5-inch exhaust on this thing too. It's like a fucking eBay fucking DEA brand or something like that. It's the cheap one. I got headers and stuff to throw on this bad boy too, so we'll get to that at some stage. I think maybe when I rebuild that engine. So still got no leaks. We're all good, boys. 3.8 goodness. Good old Ecotech. Get that other fucking engine built up and chuck her in here. Like I wouldn't mind putting a turbo on it at some stage, but we'll just do a bit of a stock rebuild at first, and then because yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. Turbo or not, never late with a 3.8. Yep. Alright guys, I'm going to put this wheel back on. Set her on the ground. Go in for some bloody dinner, I think. It's getting late. Oh, I was going to show you the bloody paint touch-ups. Let's have a look here. Oh, let me grab a rag. I know you shouldn't do this, but look, the paint's beat up anyway. Oh, look, pretty pink rag. Just give this a bit of a bloody... Oh, that's not really working too good. All the filth still on it. Look, let me get this wheel back on and might just give it a real quick hose down just these two doors so I can show you what I've done. Back in a minute. Oh yeah, just before I go, here's all my bloody gear from the other engine that I've got to clean up. The inlet and plenum. It's one of the heads in there. The one's over here. Filthy. To take them in for a rebuild. Big clean up. Fucking all new springs and rockers. Valves, I suppose. Give them a good freshen up. Yeah, so I've got to clean all that shit up, but I guess I'll just send these heads to a shop. They can fucking clean them up for me, give me some new bloody parts and shit. Yeah, gotta start saving some money. Alright, be back in a minute. Alright, so this is what I've done with the touch-up paint. All the way along this center crease here, had to touch up. I just got some, yeah, I give it a wash down, but it's still filthy as fuck. But the paint matches quite well. The paint colour, you can't even tell where I touched it up. I just used my airbrush and I basically just painted this strip here all the way along, and then just clear coated this strip also. I did like, say, a layer line above, along the crease and along here, but I don't know if you can see it on camera, but yeah, you kind of can. It's a bit like where the clear coat sort of feathered out, it's a little bit hazy. But I ended up giving this front door a cut and polish, and even though it's fucking filthy, I pretty much got rid of all the hazing like above and below the door crease. Just sit, I don't know if you can, like, yeah, I'm trying to get it to shine along the thing there. But anyway, I give the whole door a bit of a sanding with some like 2000 grit sandpaper, and then I gave the whole door a cut and polish. Yeah, which, yeah, you can kind of see it here, like it's all hazy along here and along here. But yeah, with the front door, I pretty much managed to fucking get rid of it all. So that's good. You know, it's good enough for me because, you know, there was bits that were knocked back to the primer and whatnot, but yeah, good enough. I'm happy enough with it. The only thing is, with this boot door here, you can still, in the light there, you can still see little imprints where it said Commodore. Yeah, you can see it in the light there, which I knew that was going to happen because, yeah, the grooves are sort of so deep where the badges sort of lifted the paint back in the clear coat. Yeah, so I didn't want to go and bloody like be bogging it, filling it, priming it. I just wanted to touch up the colour and then give the clear coat a touch up, buff it out, and there we go. See, like I was saying, the colour turned out really good. You can't tell. I basically just painted a patch like that big with the colour, but when I clear coated it, I went from like all the way up here pretty much to the bottom, not all the way. I think I feathered it out around here somewhere, and then back to about this point here. So yeah, you can't tell now because it's dirty, but it's a little bit hazy around here and sort of around this area. So I guess when we come off water restrictions, I can start cleaning it up real good and give the whole thing a bit of a cut and polish. But I did have I'll just give you a quick look, a little bit of a disaster when I was, so I got like a spray can of the paint colour mixed up, and I decanted it into like a little dropper bottle container, and for some reason, I'm guessing like the way that they pressurize the can, seems like they just they like carbonate the paint, so the paint sort of goes all all fizzy. So when I decanted it into the little container, as soon as I tipped it up, it comes shooting out like a fucking volcano. Went all the fucking way over my car. You can see little spots of paint here everywhere. It went all the way over my fucking car. Whole window was covered in paint. Whole door was covered in paint splatter. Luckily, I was able to just wipe the whole door down. And there's a bit of trim and that along here with some terps. So there's still a little bit here. But it was all over the fucking windows, all over the back window. I managed to get it all off, except the roof, but I think I can, I think I should be able to cut and polish this stuff out, because it's sitting on top of the clear coat. Maybe even a bit of a cut back with some wet and dry 2000 grit or something, 2500. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. It's pretty much all done. Just got to do some cut and polishing, like I said, get that haze out of the clear. And yeah, it's good enough. I didn't worry about, see, I peeled these ones off and I'm sanding them back and stuff. And there's this big chip here. I didn't worry about fixing that stuff because, yeah, I'm going to pull the whole quarter off, I think, and paint the whole thing. Fresh coat of colour and a bunch of coats of clear, same as this side. I'll just rip them off and repaint them because that colour match seems to be pretty good, so I'm not too worried if it becomes like, you know, a slightly different tinge, but like going by this strip along here, you can't tell that the colour's any different, so that's a bonus. Yeah, hope these springs settle down a little bit. See, we're probably sitting like at about that line on the tyre there, but before we lowered it, this flat spot here was probably about level with the top edge of the tyre. So, you know, we got like a 20mm drop from what I had. Like I had the 30mm drop and these are 50mm drop springs, so yeah, hopefully they settle down a little bit. Maybe I should have went lower. It's all good. All right, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna be going for dinner. All right, guys, I'll see you later, eh? Thanks for watching.